All right, it's time. It begins in 3, 2. Oh, wait, did I turn that down? I did. All right, 3, 2, 1.
We see a man, Noah, and a woman, Taylor. They are young professionals and professionally young. They hold hands and feet. They are coupled.
Taylor, we have dated for long years. It is time I do a thing.
Noah gets on a single knee. He pulls out a box. Taylor smiles teeth. She thinks she will eat a wedding's cake soon.
I propose. Propose we break up.
Noah opens the box. Inside is his new girlfriend. She looks like Taylor, but one day younger.
He's all bastard!
The morning stream. The morning stream.
A great pair of nerd glasses in about an hour. This is the morning stream.
The morning stream.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to TMS. It's the morning stream for Monday, March 22nd, 2021. I'm Scott Johnson. He's Brian Ibbett.
Yeah, okay, sure.
Yeah.
For today, I'll take that. I'll be that. I'll be that.
Okay. Brian and I have been partaking in biological agents this weekend.
That's right.
We both got our shots, man. We got our first shots, and
We did. We are both half vaccinated, I guess, is the way to think about it.
Yeah, we're half. I think that is the way you do it because I saw some numbers.
We don't do anything half-vaxxed,
No,
Scott.
No. It's full axe. Anyway, yesterday there was some numbers put up that said that we are something in the range of 25% of the country is at half vaccination levels or something, which is pretty good.
Wow. 43%, really?
No, it was like 25%. So
25%. Where'd I hear 43?
I don't was
Okay.
It's not even the answer to the universe, life, and everything. It's,
That's right.
I don't know
Where on earth did I was listening to you when I hear 43?
I don't know. I blame. Hey, Discord sometimes does some funny things. It's changing the numbers on us. We didn't even know it. But anyway, so yeah, that's good. And then there's some projections that say by July we're looking at 90, which implies that all the 25% that are currently half vaccinated today will be fully vaccinated by next month. Mm-hmm. Which then we'll start seeing numbers on full vaccination, and this is all good things, right. all good progress.
It's great. Yeah,
whatever.
It's good stuff.
So Brian and I went and got our things. I got mine on Friday, and Brian got his on Sunday. And I got the Pfizer. He got the Moderna. And yours tastes like Dolly Parton, right? Is that the deal?
Is this the one that she helped? Helped fund.
Yeah,
Okay, good.
that's
Yes,
her
mine
deal.
tastes a lot like Jolene and a coat of many colors.
Oh, fantastic!
Isn't
good.
that it? That's a thing, right?
Is that a thing? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's it or not. But I
My
know.
this vaccine's only good from 9 to 5 though. So
Shoot, that explains a lot. Actually, my favorite thing about yours, I was texting him about it last night, is it's 1 week more than the Pfizer makes you wait to get the booster. So
Right.
I didn't know this, but the Moderna is literally 28 days later. Like
it is 28
literally.
days. Yes.
Yeah. So just keep your rage to a minimum. Don't run.
We'll see.
Walk.
Yeah, we'll see.
Shamble, if you will.
Cillian Murphy is set to come over later next month, and we're gonna go grocery shopping together.
Oh, sweet. You should go to that church and just hang out there for a minute.
We'll go hang out in the church, just in the balcony. We like hanging out in the balcony. I guess the grocery store thing was the weeks later, wasn't it?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, when he's hiding in the grocery store behind the shopping carts.
Hold on now. I just saw weeks.
You just saw him, yeah. If you don't remember a grocery store thing, then it must have been days later.
It must have been days, yeah.
Yeah.
Because there's no Cillian Murphy in weeks anyway. So if he was hiding in there, it would have been.
But I don't remember who it was. It could have easily
yeah.
been Rumpelstiltskin hanging out back there.
Loved my second view, or this is like my 8th viewing, but I love the second movie. I love it. Love it. People forget Hawkeye's in that thing, man. He's in there sharpshooting too. He's got a sniper weapon and all that. That's pretty cool. He's got.
I need to revisit both of those films. I think I've only seen them each once. Is that right? Maybe twice on Days Later.
I love them. They're so visceral and great. And Days is great. I prefer Weeks. It's an Alien's Alien thing for me. It's not that I will always hold the Danny Boyle film in high regard, but for some reason the sequel really works for me in a bigger, broader way. And I'm bummed there was never a 28 months or a 28 years or whatever. Give me more, man. Give me more. Yeah. I like the running zombies. I go against the grain. Everybody out there like, I like my zombies slow and shambling. F right off. I
Yeah.
like him running. I like him running.
Running adds so much more terror to the
Yeah.
mix.
They're scary, dude. So
They
anyway,
are. Yeah.
point is, we both now. This is fun because we've had two different experiences, right? So now when the day comes around for our second one, if we have any kind of reaction or whatever, we're gonna gauge how different it is, and
Right.
talk about it on the show or whatever.
Yeah, it should be interesting. I mean, we talked about this during Film Sack, or maybe before Film Sack, but you might not have been able to even do a Film Sack Saturday if we didn't have to push it to Sunday, right?
My arm was killing me, dude. Like, okay, so day of, no problems, nothing, no big deal. That night, a little sore going to bed, not too bad, but like a flu shot or whichever, which are always really mild for me, no big deal. Go to bed, wake up the next day, my arm is so stiff and pained, and it just got worse as the day went on. Just I could barely like lift to this point. Just like, oh my god,
Wow,
it hurts
geez.
so bad. It just was killing me, and obviously everybody's gonna be different, but it hurt all day. And so when we bumped Film Sack because Dunaway needed to a day, it was actually a blessing in disguise because I was like, I am not gonna want to sit there and deal with this arm for the show or whatever. And it got worse as the day went on. So anyway, but by yesterday, fine, no problem. Look at this, all the way up here, baby.
No problems.
Rotating.
Moving that arm. Move
Yeah,
that arm.
No problem at all. No big lump, no big pink spot, no nothing, no raised whatever. The only other thing is I had this little cough.
Almost as if it was on cue. Look at that.
It keeps coming out the worst possible times, but I don't know if that has anything to do with any of this. It probably doesn't.
Probably not.
But it's just one of those things.
My experience really straightforward. So mine was in a grocery store. So basically, walk in, go over to the pharmacy. There's only one person working back there, a woman working behind the counter at the pharmacy.
Yeah.
And she had to help the person that was in line behind me. And she says, okay, well, sit over there in those chairs and, I had a jacket and then a short sleeve shirt underneath it. So I was just able to take the jacket off and give her access to my arm.
Right.
And she says, yeah, you basically, we want you to stick around the area for 10 to 15 minutes, make sure you're doing okay. So I just basically walked around the grocery store and looked around things. It was a grocery store on the complete opposite side of town, like basically almost all the way to the airport. Is this one? And it's in the area. This is probably one of the better parts. There's some good parts of Aurora, and then there's some parts of Aurora where they always film Cops. Whenever Cops is filmed in Denver, they film it in parts of Aurora. But this wasn't. This was a pretty good part of Aurora, and it's a part of Aurora that now has an In-N-Out burger, and the line for said In-N-Out burger still goes. It's probably still a half mile long, quarter mile. Let's say quarter mile long.
Well, same with the one by us. I don't get it. All this time later, we've had them for a while now, and they still get
And
lines
it's
like
still
that.
Crazy.
Yeah, every day.
Oh my god!
Not only that
does not give me hope, Scott. I was really hoping that, like, all right, well, they're new, they're like a couple months old. I'm sure, they'll be totally fine. But no, you're saying it's never going to.
No,
change.
I don't know if it ever goes away, but also they're very efficient, so it's not so bad.
They
Like,
are. Yeah, things move quickly.
push
there.
you through.
I mean, they only have 5 items on the menu, so really, how bad could it be?
Yeah, and the other thing is there's like a block and a half away. There's a Chick-fil-A that also does similar lines. I don't know. I feel like everyone eats at those two places, and that's it because those lines are both 2 miles long. I don't get it. It's really weird. I want chicken. I want beef. All right, you know which line to get into.
That's right. There's no other places around. You just have those 2 options, so get over there.
Yeah, it's nuts. So did you grab? So you didn't. The whole
I
point.
didn't get
Okay.
it. No, it was 3:00 in the afternoon, so it was like, well, I've had lunch. Tina's making a cottage pie for dinner, so I'm not.
Now hold on. Let's stop right there. Cottage pie.
Okay.
What is that?
Cottage pie.
I don't know. What
So,
that
are
is.
you familiar with shepherd's pie?
Yes, I love shepherd's pie. Big fan.
If you do it with lamb, no. What's the deal? The difference between the two? I've got to look it up here because I wasn't sure.
Lamb and beef.
Versus, well, lamb. You do lamb in shepherd's pie, right? Or no? Is it just beef and shepherd's pie, and lamb is what makes cottage pie?
Oh, I
Okay,
don't
that
know.
is okay. So it is. Yeah, cottage pie is. Well, then we had shepherd's pie because we used lamb.
Oh,
It was ground lamb, so we had a shepherd's pie.
okay. I wonder if the meat. I guess the meat. It is important what the meat is, right? Like
It is.
okay,
yeah.
you can't just have any. You can't just have ground turkey in there. Doesn't count.
Right. It's not cowherd's pie.
Cowherd's
Otherwise it would-
pie.
It's shepherd's pie.
Right,
Because they're herding the sheep.
watch the sheep. The sheep.
They're herding the sheep. So you gotta. The shepherd doesn't herd the cows, Scott.
Who's
the
herding?
sheep.
Who's herding Curly and Mo? What shepherds do they have? No, that makes sense. Now, I cannot believe it just hit me. I'm gonna make a horrible admission here. Never in my life did the shepherd part and the sheep part. It makes sense now, but I never knew that the reason it was called shepherd's pie is because there's lamb's meat in there. Duh.
People can look back a few seconds and realize that I didn't know that either until I started thinking about it. So there you
All
go.
right. Well, we've learned something today. This is fantastic.
Made with shep. Yep.
Shep. Well
Shepherd's
done.
pie made with shep.
Yep, lots of shep. Good for your shep. Fainting shep. Anyway, so that was good. That must have been great. I'll bet your wife makes a fine cottage pie.
She makes a terrific shepherd's pie.
Oh, shepherd's pie. That's right. We've determined it had
was great.
lamb in it.
And this is fresh lamb too, because no, I mean I think it's relatively fresh lamb. I've got a new client that I'm working with that is a butcher up in Longmont,
Nice.
and they have a farm. They raise pigs, sheep, and cattle, and we
Nice.
got a whole bunch of. I basically said, you want to just do half cash, half trade on your website?
Mhm.
Sounds good to us. Okay, so we went up and picked up a massive, like a big box full of different kinds of meat.
Oh, that's awesome.
So I've got a rack of
butcher
lamb
meat.
waiting for me at some point.
Dude, a butcher
some
and the
foods.
meat you get with a butcher is so much better.
Yes. Oh, it's so good. Yes. We drove up there and we were driving by all the animals in the farm because the road takes you by the edge of their farm. We're looking at like, yeah, that's where. Okay, you just got to make sure you know that's where the meat comes from.
Yeah.
It's those right there.
Need to know where that stuff. It doesn't just magically appear under cold refrigerated conditions.
That's correct.
Got to come
Yep.
from somewhere. I'll tell you what. It's funny because this whole discussion about butchers has been on my
Mm-hmm.
mind this week too, because everybody's talking about the Snyder cut, right? And
Yeah.
one of our
I'm
favorite
waiting to see where this connection is going.
one of our favorite local butchers here in town, and it's been here since I was in junior high, I think, or maybe high school, but it's called Snyder's Meats.
Oh, okay.
And so they literally have deals that are called the Snyder's Cut or
the
Snyder
Snyder
Cut.
cut. Uh-huh.
So you're like, oh, they're having a thing over at Snyder's. You can get the Snyder Cut steak for half off this week. We should go buy a couple of pounds or whatever. Like those are conversations I've actually had. So with everybody walking around going, oh, did you see the Snyder's Cut? Did you see the Snyder's Cut? I'm like, yeah, eat it. It's real good. They're really,
Yeah, it's
really
tasty,
great.
right? Pork chops or nice beef bottom round or whatever. Yeah.
Ooh, man, you're making me freaking hungry.
I'm sorry. Let's talk about something that
I haven't
doesn't
had some proper meat lately. Like I've had meat, but I want like
proper meat.
a really good like steak or ribeye or something. It's been ages.
yeah.
So how about that? That'd be all right.
There you go.
Yeah. Well, anyway.
So just to kind of wrap up on the vaccine situation, because this all stemmed from me why I didn't go to In-N-Out Burger. Arm kind of sore if I raise it up, a little bit of soreness. Certainly if I press on that spot, it's
Yeah.
sore, but no other side effects. So
That's good. That's fantastic. And you don't have a daughter in the house that'll hit you in the arm by accident. So that's good.
no, nor one that would hit me on purpose.
Well,
So
I had one that hit me in the arm by accident, and she was just screwing around and went, whack, and hit me, and I went, okay, oh gosh. So it was fine.
nice. She owns you now, basically. Like she can make you do whatever she wants.
Yeah, my pride in her is not dipped, despite her accidental punching me in the arm.
Yeah.
Well, good. We're both, so Brian and I at the halfway point. We're gonna we got a nice couple. Well, let's see, mine's on the 9th and yours is on the very
Yours could be on
following
the 9th,
week.
and then mine's a week and a half later on the 18th. So
Why are they different? Well, I guess we're asking each other, and those are the
because
wrong
of
people.
science. I mean,
It's
it's
just science. Okay.
Yeah. Why does the Johnson & Johnson one only give you one dose?
Tide comes in, tide goes out. You can't
I
explain
can't
that.
explain that with science.
Yeah.
Do we know what the AstraZeneca one is supposed to be? I
Oh,
know
that's
that
funny you
got-
said that because I just was reading that this morning. I'll pull it right back up from my history. Here it is. April for the AstraZeneca vaccine. Company says it plans to apply for emergency use authorization next month, adding a potential fourth vaccine to the U.S. rollout.
And do we know,
that
is it
vaccine.
is it a 2-doser? Oh, you're looking
Let's
that up.
see. It is 79. It says 79% effective against symptomatic COVID-19 and 100% effective against severe disease. They don't say about 2 or 1. I mean, these guys are already in parts of Europe, right? Like, aren't they already out there doing it? They have the coolest name. If you're asking me which name,
AstraZeneca.
yeah, that's a cool name, dude.
Yeah, but it got held up for a little bit because of some blood clots in like 7 patients.
Oh yeah, I was talking to Tom about this. He says that the people who were part of the control that had no actual vaccine given to them, in other words, they were placebo patients.
Group.
They had more blood clots. So they're actually almost 100% sure that the blood clots are unrelated 100% to the thing.
Yeah,
But because this
yeah.
is all happening during the phase of the testing, you have to like do stuff. But it looks like it's all bonker donkers. It's like not really happening. It's not really giving
Did
people
they go
blood clots.
test the placebo to make sure that it's not the thing giving people blood clots? Like,
That's a good point.
we're using, a special sugar pill mix of Splenda stevia and cane sugar.
Oh, here it is right here. As a part of the trial, more than 32,000 adult volunteers recruited across all ages received either 2 doses of the vaccine or a placebo vaccine at a 4-week interval. 79% of trial participants were white, 22% Hispanic, 8% black, 4% Native American, and 4% Asian. 20% of the participants were 65 years or older, and approximately 60% had conditions linked with higher risk of severe symptoms such as diabetes, severe obesity, or heart disease. Oh, they're just talking about the U.S. tests. Oh, I read all that for nothing. I thought it was going to lead to, and 7 people got blood clots, but it didn't.
Right,
It didn't go there. Well, thanks a lot, website. You
Gotcha.
piece of shit.
I do know that out here in Colorado, I think today, the Dick's Sporting Goods Park, which is the soccer field out east, is now opening as a mass vaccination site. So if you get there early, it's kind of like what Drury and Ashley did, where you just got to show up early, get in line, you get a number. If you make it, you make it, and
Right.
and go for it.
I don't think kind of like our setup had scheduling, but it was a big open place like that, like a big stadium sizey sort of thing. I think that's probably that's probably what's happening all around the country, I would guess.
Probably. Yeah.
Here's my question. I thought Dick's was out of business. So you're telling me Dick's Sporting Goods still exists? Because they closed down the 2 here, and someone told me they were done, like all over the country. But I guess not.
I know of 2 Dick's Sporting Goods that are local here to me, but are they closed? Because it's been a while since I've been to that area. I'm under the impression that they're still around.
Chat room says they're all over the place. So yeah, I guess maybe just here. We didn't take here. It didn't stick. I don't know what happened.
Sports Authority is the one that shut down. Are you sure?
I know Dick's left. We used to have a huge one downtown, and I loved going there. But here's why: because I'd go down there with Kim and the kids. They were younger, and we'd be riding around, and maybe Nick was young enough to even be in a stroller still, and we'd be walking around, and I'd go.
I know what's coming. I know what's about to happen.
My wife would say, do you want to go anywhere? And I'll say, hey, while you go to whatever, Bed Bath and whatever, I would say it like this. I go, I'm going to go to Dick's. I'd say it like that. Loud.
I thought you'd say that like, oh, okay, well, you go to Bed Bath and Beyond. Me and Nick are going to go look at Dick's.
Yeah, I should have said that. But instead, I was like, I just made a big deal about the word and how if you say it loud, it's embarrassing.
Emphasize Dick's.
Yeah. And then people around me would be like, oh, he's just yelling Dick's as loud as he can. But I actually really liked it at Dick's. It was a cool place. And the building is now, somebody converted it into like a startup web company, app company. It's so cool
like
in there now.
Incubator kind of thing?
Yeah, and you should see it, dude, because you know how those things, the multi-level big ones are, just tons of open air. Ceilings are a million things high. There's like multiple levels with the stairs leading to it. That is the coolest space for like a big spread out office place.
It totally is. Yeah.
Oh, so rad.
Big central open area. And yeah, with the one up, probably the closest one to me is up at Flatiron Crossing up north. And that's the layout up there. Like it's a 2-level deal with an open central area and all the bicycling stuff up on the 2nd level, which is where I go. That's pretty much it.
Well, when I go, I never bought anything there, and maybe that's part of the problem. It's like the Ultimate Universe electronics
That's
store.
part of the problem. Yes, it's your fault that Dick's closed down in Utah.
Yeah, I just go in there and go, oh, those are cool. I'll never buy that. Oh, that's awesome. I'm never buying that. Look at that kayak.
Yeah.
I'll never do that. Like,
Yeah.
I like going there. I just don't like spending any money. Oh, I hear the plumber. Hold on. Okay, so today.
Ooh, they're fixing.
Well, our hot water.
Our
Our hot water heaters are full of sediment, like
well,
tons of it. They need to be taken out.
Okay.
So we have 2 of them, and the question was, do we replace the 2 hot water heaters, either with one giant one or 2 more normal ones, or do we bite the bullet, spend the extra $600 it would cost me to just get the, what's it called, the tankless water heater system? Have you heard of this? Have you heard of this?
Oh yeah, it's like a smaller thing mounts on the wall.
Yep.
Or it can.
Yeah.
Way smaller than a typical. I had the same decision to make as well, and I'm glad you brought this up because it was my sediments exactly.
I can't believe I didn't see us going there. All the signs were there. I saw that, like, the familiar landmarks. but I didn't see the joke until I pulled up in the driveway.
Nope. Yeah,
That's amazing. Well done. Anyway, so it's
those are great. Those tankless ones.
Yeah, because it's eternal. They just heat in real time, so you never.
And it's like just a super zigzaggy deal in there to keep the water against the heating element for as long as possible to get it heated up.
Yeah, so we're doing it, and as much as I didn't want to spend the extra cash, we said, well, we got the stimulus thing. Let's just use that, and so that's happening as we speak. So by the time the show's over today, I might have permanently hot water. Yeah, and I won't have to turn the shower on and then go do other stuff and then come back to see if it's warm yet. It'll be great. It'll be warm immediately. Boom. Boom.
Anna Krakatow in the chat room says, I have tankless. If you have soft, hard water, you have to flush it every year. Soft water about every 4 years. So I think she just meant if you have hard water, you have to flush it every year. Soft water about every 4 years.
Yes, and we have the soft now.
Soft water now.
That's why we did in that order.
Water.
We did the soft first so that then this could come in.
Gotcha. Yeah.
And all of it gives me a headache because A, I don't understand how any of it works, and B, I don't like spending money on stuff like this. I hate it. And and Kim's like, look, I put a little away all the time for house stuff. We have to. That's what you do as a homeowner. Things break.
Yeah.
So you got to have a little something tucked away in case the air conditioner flies off or does whatever. And so she's right. And once again, Kim is right. Okay, I full credit to Kim, but I still hate it. There's nothing you can do about me hating it. All right, I'm just gonna hate it, and that's how it's gonna be. All right,
just hate it.
I'll tell you what I don't hate, and that is getting Brian Dunaway to the call, trying to give away some prizes. We're gonna do all that now. I get a little worked up there, so I'm not quite where I need to be. But I'm getting there.
Come on back down, Scott. Come on back down.
I'll come down now. Oh, and the number 801-471-0462 is the one you're going to want to use for this. Please do. It begins now. All right, we're going to play Babble Royale with our old pal, Brian Dunaway, who is now 1 year older, 1 year wiser.
That's right, our slightly older pal.
Yeah. How you doing there, dude?
Oh, hi, Scott and Brian. How are you guys doing today?
We're good. Are you at work?
I am.
Yeah. Are they treating
Are you at work?
Yes. Are they treating you well at work? Do they appreciate
No, they're not.
Oh, okay. Great.
Aww.
I was really
So
hoping
if
they
you
were.
could donate to my Patreon page, I can finally realize my dream of independence.
Yeah. Are they recording this call for quality assurance? Is that happening?
I have
now?
no, but you always ask me if I'm at work, and I'm sure that probably doesn't bode well.
Well, I'm glad you're here no
No,
matter where you're at.
I take my lunch break.
Oh, I gotcha.
I take a lunch.
Well, plus you're,
break at
what are you,
11:30.
2 hours ahead of us? So it's like 11:30 there. It's time to eat.
Yeah, it's 11:30. I take my lunch break. It's not a secret or anything.
It's time to eat, yo.
I just like giving you a hard time, pal.
Yeah, pal of ours. Well, it's good to have you here. We're glad that your birthday went well, and always fun to have Brian on.
Did I say it went well?
I don't know. Did you? Maybe you didn't. How was it?
I don't think I did.
Oh, but it did it. Okay. Well, I'm going to say, how poorly did your birthday go? Let's ask that question.
All right. So I got everything I wanted. It was a beautiful day outside. I got to walk.
Yeah.
But I didn't get the banana split I wanted. So the whole day was shit. The whole day was just shit.
Yeah.
There, I said it.
That's a shit day right there. Really bad. Well, happy birthday anyway, because we're glad you're here.
But I did get a banana split finally. I went to Dairy Queen. That's where I wanted it from. My family was like, he wants a banana split, and I'm like, I want from Dairy Queen. I have them at Sonic. Oh shit.
Sonic
Sonic?
Sonic.
Sonic sucks. Sonic,
really?
they put a pile of ice cream in a cup, and then they put they put strawberry syrup on top, and then some whipped cream and a cherry on top of that, and then they handed me a second cup with like chocolate syrup, and then they cut up five pieces of bananas, and they put it on one side, and then they said they didn't have walnuts. How about peanuts? I was like, okay, not my favorite, but all right. And then they didn't give me the peanuts. So me and Sonic, we've got issues.
No, that is a defective banana split. They really screwed you on the banana split there.
Right.
Holy cow.
Ice cream was delicious. The ingredients were fine, fresh.
Yeah.
It's just not the right
I
combination.
can't believe that
Hey,
those
man,
were
my birthday.
I can't believe they have a single freaking fresh banana at Sonic. That blows my mind that they keep those around. I really, legit surprised. This doesn't seem like something. Our Sonic, I would never go there and say, I'd like a piece of fresh fruit of any sort, please. There's no way.
Well, I mean, it's probably the only piece of fresh fruit they have there. There's no reason for them to have a pear or an apple or anything like that.
I realize I'm being a diva and a drama queen. I get it. I mean, whatever.
Yeah,
it's
whatever.
all good.
I don't know. No,
had a great birthday.
Yeah.
Because when you think banana split, you think 3 splorks of soft serve ice cream.
Yep.
A banana split in half. That's hence the name.
Yep.
On either side, and then different flavor toppings on each. Yeah.
Right. And served in one of those pea trays at the hospital. Yeah.
Yeah, a boat. Exactly. A freaking boat.
A freaking boat.
Sonic.
And you get hot fudge on the middle one, you get pineapple on the other one, you get strawberry on the other one, and
see, this is why I love you guys.
And walnuts.
See, I love you guys because you guys are the only people that have listened to me and actually has sympathy. Everybody else is just like, shut up.
Oh no, I 100% get that. I wouldn't do it, but I'd be tempted to just take that and just throw it down on the ground and say a banana split. This is not.
Yeah. And you know what you should do? You should put on
Diva
roller
it up
skates.
right there in the Sonic parking lot.
You should put on roller skates.
Back away on your little roller skates.
Yeah, exactly. I think you should roll in there with yours. Like, have your own in the car, roll up to the thing. This is bad. Splat.
Good day, sir.
I said good day, and then you roll away on your rollerblades.
Wow.
All right.
Well, thank you guys. I appreciate that.
We have a listener who's been waiting very patiently. Let's find out who it is. Hi. Good morning. Who's this?
Hey, this is Logan, Dreadnecks from the Tadpole.
Well, hello, Logan. It's good to hear from you. Thank you for being so patient and hanging on the line there while we talked about ice cream for a while. That was pretty good.
Yeah. So far, cottage pie, shepherd's pie, and ice cream. This is
it's like a buffet, a really bad buffet.
The morning binge is what this is.
The morning binge. All right. We've done it. Let's now introduce what's happening. Brian, will you tell Logan what he could win and how we're going to play this game today?
Yeah, I could do that. Okay. I'm going to give Scott and Brian a topic. They're going to go back and forth giving me answers that fit that topic. If one of them gives a wrong answer, a repeated answer, or they take too long to come up with an answer, the winner will go to the other player. Logan, your job is to predict who's going to come out on top based on the topic. Today, you're playing for a couple games courtesy of Matthew Bach. Thanks, Matthew Bach, for sending these codes in. Shopkeep 2 and Capitalism 2.
Oh,
kind of sound
those are both pretty good.
Like boy, you're going to just see the retail system at work with both of these games.
Yeah, what's cool is one is like Middle Ages sort of magical time, and then the other one is more of a modern take, but they both are focused on sort of the economic management of your shop and or big company. Those are both actually great games.
Learn about greed in multiple eras with today's prizes.
That's right.
They need a topic, though, and this one comes to us from Kirk Reinhold, a.k.a. Centrifuge, in the chat. Since the introduction of the WWWF Championship...
I think you got too many W's in there. Do it again.
Three W's and an F. The WWWF Championship back in 1963. There have been 64 men officially recognized as having held one of the top belts in WWE, WWF, or WWWF.
I never knew there was 3 W's. I didn't know that.
I didn't either. I mean, there is still a WWF, but there's also a WWF.
Is that still a
Right.
thing now?
Because the worldwide.
What are you Googling, Scott?
no,
You're looking
is
up
it-
to see
no,
if
no,
it's
no,
a
no,
thing?
no. I was gonna play
Was
this.
it-
This guy here.
Oh, okay.
It's still real to me, damn it!
Yeah.
I saw I was looking like there's still a WWF. It looked like you were typing, so that's why I was
No,
like,
it's
wait
like,
a minute,
I
you
just got to
stop it.
hear that guy one more time in my life. That's all. it
Gotcha.
was. Yeah.
So these belts are the WWE Championship, the World Heavyweight Championship, and the WWE Universal Championship, or any of their variants, depending on whatever the storyline is at the time.
Right.
How many of those?
Hey, wait,
64...
are you implying these are story driven?
I think that's
Battles,
what
is
he's
that what you're
doing.
saying?
Yeah. I think that's what he's doing.
No, I mean these real events that are not fictional or staged in any way, shape, or form.
All right.
How many of
That's
these
better.
bona fide real winners can you name? So 64 WWE champions. Now, you guys both know more about wrestling than I do.
Oh, I know barely anything, but maybe more,
Oh,
maybe slightly more
believe
than
me.
you. But
You guys didn't turn off the TV Saturday mornings after the last cartoon ended. And you guys kept watching whatever wrestling thing came on as soon as that last cartoon ended on Saturday morning. So
yeah, fair
I
enough.
feel like you guys will do better at this. However, I will put in a mulligan in play.
Do we get to wrestle for it?
Not the. Is it the
Off
same?
the top rope.
So this is the
So you
same
get-
same rules apply where we get the natural mulligan if we get our first answer wrong, but then we
Right.
get another
First
one.
answer mulligan always applies, and then you guys get a bonus mulligan.
Okay.
Kirk actually suggested I do strikes.
Oh.
Nice.
Hey, you know the acronym for bonus mulligan is BM. We get a BM. That's exciting. I like
All
it.
right. So, Dreadnecks, now that you've heard the topic and their relative experience with said topic, who do you want to go first, and who do you think is going to win?
Scott is not inspiring me with confidence, saying that he knows very little about wrestling. So I'm going to go with Brian Dunaway on this one.
100%.
And I'll let Scott
Oh, yeah.
start.
You let me start. Okay. 100% the right move, by the way, Dreadnecks. You're not wrong to feel that way. I shouldn't inspire any confidence in this topic. All right, so I'm first here.
You are first.
Okay. Let's do. Well, I'm sure at some point Hulk Hogan held the title.
Yeah.
Indeed, he did.
Yes. Mhm.
Yep. Hulk Hogan, indeed a WWE champion.
All right, Brian.
It's like you really had to search for that ding.
I had to find the right page. I found it.
Hold on for it. Hold on a second. I'm gonna go with Ric Flair.
Ric Flair. Yes, Ric Flair right there.
Is that something Ric Flair did? He went, whoo!
That's something he does. Woo!
I don't know that Ric Flair does that. For some reason, I can see Ric Flair doing that, and then walking around with the belt on his shoulder and doing the strut, the cocky thing. So that was a given in my head anyway.
Gotcha.
All right. I'll stick with the names I know. Dwayne The Rock Johnson, perhaps, had it.
Oh yeah.
Let's see that. Dwayne The Rock Johnson, absolutely. WWE champion. Champion.
All right. Go ahead, Dunaway.
I'm gonna go with I don't think that word means what you think it means. Andre the Giant.
It's inconceivable, but yes, he is on the list.
Oh yeah, I should know that. I watched that documentary.
your soul.
You guys should watch that documentary if you haven't about him. It's very good. The one on HBO.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I forgot the name, but I loved it. I don't even really care about wrestling, but I liked it. Let's go with. These are just the ones I know that are just wrestlers, so I don't know if they won.
Go with the ones you know. Go with who you know.
Steve Austin,
that's
the Steve Austin guy. He's
Austin.
coming to get you. What was his phrase? I'm coming to get you. Nope.
I'm coming to get ya. Coming
There
to
it
get
is.
ya.
Yeah, what was his nickname, Scott? It wasn't just Steve Austin.
Cold Steve Austin. Stone Cold.
Stone Cold Steve
Cold,
Austin. That's why it
baby.
took me a second, because he wasn't
Really?
under Austin and he wasn't under Steve, but he is under Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Okay. All right.
That's sad.
Sweet. I had no idea if he won anything. I just knew he was cool. I'm naming everyone who's in movies, by the way. I don't know if you've noticed this yet, but this is how little I know. Go ahead, Ryan.
I think I remember this right. I think I'm going to do it early because I think I remembered this right. But if not, I get the mulligan. Big Show, the Big Show. I think
Big Show.
Yeah.
Did he
I
have
think
a name?
he took it from Stone Cold, didn't he? If I remember correctly.
Yeah, you asking me? You asking Scott?
Yeah,
I mean,
if you're asking us, no idea, dude.
then, if you're asking us, then Logan has already won.
I'm going on my memories, which are not the greatest.
No.
Big Show, absolutely WWE champion.
Do you have a real name? Like, or does it say there?
No, his real name was Big Show, Scott.
Okay. No, I
Yeah,
mean,
his name was Big Show. It was on
obviously
his.
had a
It's on the
big name,
paycheck.
but did we know him like as so and so, Big Show, so and so, or?
Oh no, no, he
Okay.
just Paul White is his is his
Paul
real
White,
name,
that's
but he
boring. Yeah.
Well, yeah, you would definitely change your name if it was Paul White. I don't even think I knew that. Definitely Big Show then.
Just again, here we are with the names I know.
yeah.
The Undertaker. The Undertaker.
The Undertaker.
Oh, that's a good one.
Also, not his real name, and yes,
What?
he is a WWE champion.
He wasn't
I
like
find that hard to believe.
Undertaker or something like that, and they just
Which
slightly
which
changed
part do you find hard to believe that
it. That wasn't his real
Any
name,
of
I
it.
think.
Really
Mark
interesting.
Mark
Just really-
Calloway, by the way, is his
Oh, that's
name.
boring.
Just
That
really-
sucks all the life out of the Undertaker part of it.
and in his birthday 2 days
Oh.
is his birthday. He'll be 56.
All right. Ooh, that means he's close to death. Those guys don't live very
Ever
long.
closer to needing an Undertaker.
Yeah.
right.
It always makes me
All
sad
right.
how short lives are for those guys. It's no good.
Oh,
Beat
yeah.
each other up. Anyway,
I'm gonna
ahead.
go. I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna go with a man who ruled the '90s, and when I was starting to peter off from the wrestling scene, Triple H.
Triple H, HHH, as some people
You
call him.
loved him or hate him.
Yes, Triple H, absolutely on there. Is his? No, I've got to look that up. I'm assuming that his name,
Hank
right?
Horatio
Exactly. Basically,
Hambone.
yes. Triple H's real name. You ready? Paul Michael Levesque.
Like I said, there's a reason why wrestlers have names.
There's a single H in his name in the middle
Man.
of Michael, and that's it.
I was really hoping for a Triple H name.
I was too,
Right.
right?
Henry,
Herbert Humphrey Hoover. So
yeah, something like that. Or Hank Hill, but with something in the middle with an H. All right, let's go with, I don't know if he ever won, though.
If you know a
the
name,
Iron
just
Sheik.
use it.
Let's do the Iron Sheik.
Oh, the Iron Sheik. Oh, that's
The-
old school. I forgot
the-
about that.
Iron Sheik. He paid the iron price, and he did get the WWE belt.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
What year did he win that one?
Who knows, dude?
Yeah,
I don't have
that
any
on my
idea.
list.
He was
It's
in that
not on your
documentary.
list.
No, my list is a list. It's
Fine. John Cena. Good lord.
Oh shit!
John Cena.
Gosh dang
it! Absolutely. Yep.
He should have been on the tip of my. Oh, I got one. Snap into a Slim Jim.
Snap into a Slim Jim.
Oh yeah! Hold on.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Yeah. Come on.
Savage.
His name.
Savage.
What's
Savage.
his name?
Savage.
What's his name?
Savage.
Yeah. Savage.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, duh.
What's his first?
We work with a Randy. Randy Savage. Randy Savage.
Oh.
That's right. Macho Man,
Man.
Randy Savage.
There you go.
Yep, absolutely a WWE.
I was thinking Ron or some other R name. I couldn't think of Randy.
I thought you were confusing him with Randy Orton, but
Is that your
that's
answer?
my answer then.
That's
yeah.
your answer? Randy Orton?
Yeah.
What kind of
Oh,
name is Randy Orton?
He didn't pick a new one.
All right.
My friend has been pulling me back into wrestling, and he's also been making me watch the
Porn.
Robot Wars.
Oh.
Mm.
Robot Wars is cool, man. There's nothing wrong with that. Brian, our guest today, Bill Doran, would tell you that you're right to be watching.
I've been watching
that.
a lot of bad TV lately. I
Is
just realized
Robot
that. I've
Wars?
been
By
watching-
the way, Randy Orton is on the list. I was just
Oh,
kind
good.
of building up the
Okay.
suspense. But is Robot Wars one of these things where people build robots and they battle in a cage,
Yes.
kind of thing?
Yes.
No,
Yes.
no.
Isn't it?
Of course it is.
Oh.
It's in the title.
Well, no, but there could easily listen. There was a Dino Wars cartoon. I didn't think people
Right.
built dinos and dinosaurs and had them.
Dino Wars.
Yeah, no, that's a good point.
I thought it could be like an animated, Transformers Go Botsy kind of thing.
I'm pretty sure
Right.
it's the one Bill recommended to us directly a couple of times,
Yeah, I think you did.
or Battle What is it? BattleBots
BattleBots is the
another
one that I've watched and I know about.
Yeah,
Yes,
might
oh
be
yeah,
what I'm
BattleBots.
thinking
That's-
of.
and
Yeah.
We've also been watching that. This on YouTube.
All that
He was
stuff's
sending me
cool,
some of that
man.
stuff.
Everything about robots fighting is
My
cool.
friend has been such a huge influence on me lately with watching trash TV.
Yeah.
I've been going backwards on South Park. I mean, which is not always trash TV, but if you go back to the 2006s, which is where I'm at,
Yeah.
you might be.
It's all right.
You might,
There's
be,
fine
you might be in
seasons.
trouble.
Yeah,
You might be
it's
in
fine.
trouble.
Look, we all need friends like that. I'm just sad to hear that we are not your favorite friends that lead you into trash situations.
I didn't say you weren't my favorite friend. I've been following you guys around for how long? We've been doing this film sack.
Long time.
We've been
Yeah.
sharing crap for years.
500 plus episodes.
Yeah,
whatever that turns out to
2009.
be.
Whenever
October
your
of
birthday
09.
comes up, you start feeling nostalgic.
Dude, you and I were still doing TMS when Film Sack started that month. Think of that.
You mean ELR?
ELR, I meant. That's what I meant.
You are,
ELR.
yeah.
TMS is still 3
I
years
know.
away from that point. All right, sorry. Okay, who went last? I don't even know.
I went last with a
Randy
Randy.
Orton.
Oh,
Randy
Randy
Orton.
No, shh, don't say the word.
Well, no, you
Oh,
got.
okay.
I heard
yeah,
it.
you totally stole that one from Scott. Randy Orton was totally on the tip of Scott's tongue.
Yeah, I was ready to roll.
Well, it
Randy
wasn't
Orton.
until he said Randy Savage. I was like, oh crap, that's not the only Randy, is it?
All right, who's the one that chewed gum?
The one that chewed gum.
Yeah, in the Scanner Face movie with the
Scanner
and I'm
face.
all out of
The
gum.
sad thing is, I know exactly what you're talking about. That's the worst
Uh,
part of this whole thing.
I heard he was all out of chewing gum.
Yeah,
I didn't
I'm
think
all
he
out
chewed
of
gum
Said it, you had
anymore.
to kick some butt.
Yeah.
I'm all out of gum.
Longest fight scene I'd ever seen up until that point. I think there's one longer than that now.
Him and Keith David, right?
Mm-hmm. Keith David, yeah.
Keith David's so great.
hmm And a 25-minute fight scene in an alley.
What if I only know the last name of the guy? Is that enough or no?
I don't know because I didn't give you Savage until you got Randy
No,
Savage.
that's true.
Plus, you still got a freaking mulligan.
You
I
did
mean,
Mulligan.
All right. I know there are a couple of hearts in the deal. I don't know if they're supposed to be related or what their deal is, but I just know there's like a hearts, and I want to say HART. One of them is
shorts.
Shh. You're messing me up. Hold on, Hart. Bret Hart.
Shirt.
Good, you chose the right one. Yes, Bret Hart. Absolutely.
Shirt.
Ooh.
Breitbart. Very good.
Breitbart. Boot a judge.
Shirt.
Boot edge. All right. Go ahead, Dunaway.
Well, since I just reminded myself I still do have a mulligan, I'm gonna go ahead and try out dark goatee wearing Hollywood Hulk Hogan. He came back, and I think he stole the belt for a time.
Yeah, but does that
If I'm
count
not
if it's the
mistaken.
same? It's still Terry Bellucci or whatever his name is, right? Does that count? Well, Brian will have to tell us because it's kind of an alternate. Isn't he just
It does not count. Yeah, I mean it's
Oh,
once you win the belt as whoever you are, you get the belt. So Hollywood Hulk Hogan not listed here as a
no, that's a total alternate personality.
It's
Yeah,
an
I mean,
alternate
it's not the
personality,
same
same
guy.
person,
yeah,
right?
same dude.
So are you saying this? Are you saying wrestling's real?
It's real to me. It's real to me. Damn it.
So you're saying wrestling's real?
No,
I'm
no.
not saying- I'm
We're
saying-
saying it's
Well,
not
I
real.
the
Well,
opposite.
which is it?
That
Okay,
real
so
Real
then he's
real
playing
to
the
me, damn it.
character.
only won once or only one.
So then it is real.
How is
What-
that possible?
What does Israel
Like, how
have
are
to do
you?
with this?
How are you arguing that one is?
Well,
Look, this whole thing is
you're
just
saying,
incompetent.
hold on. You're saying the characters that they play are the individuals,
mean-
not the one guy doing the
Right.
characters.
I mean, what do you think?
Right.
You think
That would- and that
Leonard
would be the
Nimoy?
thing.
You think Leonard Nimoy played both parts in Star Trek?
Both parts.
Is that what you think?
Yeah, we do think
Yeah,
that.
so here,
Yeah.
if I agreed
you
that
insane?
that the two characters won different times, then I'd be arguing that it's real.
Yeah, the
But
other
by
guy
me
was
saying
what, like
The
Sean
one
Nimoy.
dude
Insane?
who played both Hulk Hogan and Hollywood Hulk
Fine.
Hogan.
Yeah.
Fine. Vince McMahon once took the belt back for himself.
He absolutely did. Vince
All right.
McMahon here on the list.
I would have never gotten that. Never gotten that. I didn't know.
And you
Vince
used
McMahon.
up your mulligan for that whole business. Why? Why waste
Yeah,
it?
what a waste of mulligan.
Because I wanted to
All
prove wrestling was real.
Okay. And how'd that go for you?
right. Well, it's still real
I
to
feel-
him. Damn it.
I feel good about it. I feel good.
Let's see then. They had other stunt things like that where somebody would come in and get the title. It wasn't even a wrestler, but they were like famous for other stuff.
Yeah, I'm down to stunts, by the way, if you didn't notice.
Are you? Oh, you're down to the people who didn't take wrestling seriously?
That's right. Mark Maron's going to be my next answer.
Oh, we're hitting the skids here all of a sudden.
Oh, man.
Hold on.
Still so many names on this list that I'm surprised.
I just got to think of who I can see. Who can I see? Who punched what's his name on 2020?
Not that at all. Who punched? What is this?
No, you remember that?
now?
John Stossel.
Geraldo?
No, it was John Stossel. He got punched by.
Oh, he did. That's right.
They were doing his wrestling real. It was honestly, it was terrible journalism. It was a piece of shit coverage. We all thought 2020 was on the up and up. That wrestling episode. It was the beginning of what we do now. It was the beginning of what we do now with news. It's garbage. It's garbage.
So you're saying that wrestling's not real?
I'm saying. Oh, you know what I just saw? That what's his name? Couture. Is that another Randy? Couture? Randy Couture? Or is he a UFC guy? I don't know what he is.
Say that one.
Randy Couture.
Randy
Say
Couture.
that one so we can move on.
He absolutely is a UFC guy and not a wrestler.
Oh, he's not?
Damn it. All right, come
Brian,
up with another answer, Scott.
He's playing with our hearts here. I don't know if he took the thing, but he was in trouble because I saw the Bulls documentary. Painted his hair all the time. Wackadoo. North Korea loves him.
Painted his hair all the time.
I know exactly who you're going to say.
Dennis Rodman is who I'm thinking
There
of.
you go.
Oh, did he win the belt out of that win?
He did not. This game
Oh,
is
good.
over.
Damn it!
What to say?
Oh, are you guys ready to kick yourselves?
Yeah.
I have
It will
one
be
left.
real. Oh, okay,
I
what's
have-
your one left? Yes.
I have Mankind, and I couldn't think of anything.
Yeah,
else.
mankind is on the list, so you did have a backup. AJ Styles, Alberto Del Rio, Batista.
Oh,
we
Dave
didn't do
Batista! Gosh dang it!
I thought we did Batista.
Nobody
we
said
did.
Batista.
thought Scott had said
Superstar
it.
Billy Graham, Bob Backlund,
That's old
Bobby
school.
Lashley, Booker T, aka King Booker, Braun Strowman, Bray
That was
Wyatt,
a
aka
lifetime.
Brock Lesnar, Bruno Sammartino, Buddy Rogers, Chris Benoit, Chris
this is all
Jericho,
lifetime.
and the
Chris
funny
Jericho.
hat.
God.
Christian, CM Punk.
CM Punk! Oh, I can't believe I forgot that.
Daniel Bryan, Dean Ambrose, Diesel, aka Kevin Nash,
Oh, Kevin.
Dolph
Dolph.
Ziggler, Drew McIntyre, Eddie Guerrero, Edge, Finn Balor,
Edge.
Goldberg,
Goldberg.
Goldberg.
who even appears on the Goldbergs as
Jesus.
Goldberg.
Wow.
Yeah, cripes.
Yeah.
The great Kali. Oh, actually, I don't think he's a coach. He's not Goldberg. Ivan Koloff, Jack Swagger, Jeff Hardy, Jinder Mahal, John Bradshaw Layfield, Kane.
Kane.
Nobody-
Crane. We didn't do it.
I don't know who Kane is.
Kevin Owens, Kofi Kingston, Kurt Angle, Mark Henry, The Miz, who was got his career started on The Real World,
Yeah, this is after me.
Is that true?
not-
Pedro Morales,
I don't know.
Rey Mysterio, Rob Van
No.
Darn, Rob Van
Wasn't
Dam,
watching during this time.
Yeah.
Roman Reigns, who has the sledgehammer or whatever, Sergeant Slaughter, Seth
Sergeant
Rollins,
Slaughter.
Shawn Michaels, Sheamus, Stan Stasiak, Psycho Sid, The Ultimate Warrior, and
There we go.
Yokozuna.
Warrior.
Oh, Yokozuna. I love Yokozuna. Okay, what happened to the guy that ran for governor, the governor of Minnesota?
He
What
never
was his-
Predator.
Never got a belt.
Yeah.
Never got a belt.
He never got
Yeah.
a belt.
Never got a
Okay.
belt.
Okay. All right. And when they had Trump,
Jesse
that
Ventura
stud Trump thing, they
never-
didn't give Trump anything, right? He just showed up. and
Jesse
punched
Ventura
people.
never got a belt.
Okay.
No.
All right.
He's
Well,
like
that's-
Leonardo DiCaprio of wrestling.
I'm Jesse Ventura, and I never got a belt.
I never got a belt.
I was never able to win. It was a conspiracy at the highest levels of government. Okay. Well, that means, listen, this is what this means. What it means is you win. I don't, but you do.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner.
Well done, Logan. You've won, and that means you walk away with a handful of prizes. You got to email briancoverville@gmail.com to get those codes, but you're the winner. How do you feel?
I was really worried when Brian Dunaway didn't realize that Hulk Hogan and Hollywood Hogan are the same person. But you pulled it out in the end, so I owe you one banana split, Brian Dunaway.
Nice.
Oh, very good.
Yeah,
Excellent.
I hear they're really good
Not
at
the
Sonic. You should get them at Sonic.
Yeah.
They're fantastic over there. Congratulations and well done, Brian. I still think you
The Hollywood Hulk Hogan was the equivalent of me walking out and strutting around the ring.
It really
had this in
was.
the bag.
Yeah, it was the breakaway folding chair is what that was.
Add bring a little tension to the
Grandstanding.
storyline.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that was one of my favorite ones we've done. That was really fun. I enjoyed
Yeah.
the
A
crap
lot
out
of
of
fun.
that.
Bring,
Yeah.
hey, anytime you can bring me some trash TV trivia, bring it.
Yeah, bring it. Hey, who provided today's topic again?
Oh, Kirk Reinhold.
Oh, very nice, Kirk. Well, good job. That was a good pick.
Yeah.
If you have your own ideas about what we could do, you can find links on the site where you can send us ideas and let Brian
Send
know.
in some questions about soap operas during the late 80s.
Oh, it's only
that's
Days
nice.
of Our Lives is all you watched. What else was there? Were there
Yeah,
other-
Right.
There was nothing else.
Yeah. Bo. The answer's Bo and Kyriakis. Victor Kyriakis.
Oh, that's right. Jennifer Aniston's dad. Yes.
How do we know those names? My gosh, we suck. All right. Hey, Dunaway. Good job.
Patch. Kayla.
Yeah, that's right. Tomorrow, don't you forget, tomorrow we got a big deal going. We got the Boop Show, and we got games to talk about. And I'm pretty sure you talked me into buying your game. So nice job.
Yeah. King Arthur Knight's Tale. It's early access, but so far it is freaking amazing.
Yeah.
We'll talk more about it.
We're
tomorrow
talking
night.
like Middle Ages with magic, supernatural business version of kind of an XCOM sort of
Dark.
turn-based thing.
Yeah.
Very
Dark
excited to play it.
fantasy set in the Arthurian period.
Yeah.
It's
I hate the
interesting.
name because it reminds me of the Heath Ledger movie. Like,
Absolutely,
why
it
they
does.
call it A Knight's Tale? Give me a freaking break. But anyway, that's fine. So we'll check that out, and plus whatever I've decided to play. I'm still sort of on the fence. I got to figure it out today, but that'll be tomorrow at 3:30 Mountain Time, right here at frogpants.tv, and of course on the podcast. Brian Dunaway, have a great day, and we'll see you later. You.
About Calliope and Hugh. Remember Q when he
Gosh, dude.
time traveled on Days of Our Lives?
Yes, that's where I first saw him, and so when he showed up in Star Trek, it took a while for me to get past it. Like,
Yeah,
I remember
and she was
going,
the
oh,
voice
this
of,
is hard. And then it was hard again when he was the creepy doctor in The Hand That Rocks the Cradle. And he was putting fingers where they don't belong. And I remember going,
Practicing little
Yeah.
home gynecology.
yeah, and I
Yes.
remember going, well, Q, now I have to think of you in a whole different way. And then I shook his hand at a convention, and he wouldn't give me his portrait because I was $1 short. And now I think of him in a whole different way. And he had space
right,
hands,
crusty
crusty
space
space hands.
Yep.
Gosh, dang it, what a weird...
Yeah, but then Calliope was Harley Quinn, the voice of Harley Quinn for the longest time on the
I didn't know that.
on the Batman. Yeah,
That's cool.
Batman animated series.
I
Mhm.
like that. I found something yesterday that I noticed about myself when I read comics with Batman in it.
Mhm.
I hear the dialogue in
Yeah.
what's his name's voice. His name just left me.
Yes. Yes, I know exactly what you're
The
talking
guy
about.
everyone loves.
Mhm.
I'll bring the chat back up. You guys will know. Not Bale. Gosh dang it, no.
Kevin
Kevin
Conroy,
Conroy.
yes.
Yeah, I hear it.
Christian Bale.
Yeah, I don't hear it in Kristen Bale's. Hey, you guys, I freaking need to go find
I
Superman.
hear Adam West. What are we going to do about this terrible affliction in Gotham?
Or whoever did it in the Super Friends. It was a while before I could stop hearing that. Hey, Robin! So we
Hey,
need to go
Robin.
now. Here.
Let's get in the Batmobile, Robin.
He was way too excited back
Yeah.
then. All right, that's going to do it for now. We're going to take a break. And when we come back, we'll have some time with Bill and things like that.
Yeah.
And I may share one news story today with people after that about people sitting on toilets backwards. We'll get to that.
I saw that, yes.
That'll be
Great.
fun. And I also want to do a little, Brian and I are going to do a little spoiler talk about Falcon and the Winter Soldier today.
Woohoo! Yeah.
So stick around for that. All coming up after this song break. Brian?
Yeah, let's go to Philadelphia, to the indie rock scene out there. Tom Lugo's dark, heartfelt, edgy songs and productions are something that's put him on the map, not just for his own band, but also as head of the label, the independent record label, Patetico Recordings. He's also been behind the Pop Noise Festival back there and worked behind the scenes on other indie rock projects like Stellar Scope, Mayu, and Cielo Oceano. This is from the brand new album by his band Panophonic. It's an album called Awakening. Here is the song Unhinge, featuring Danny Mari on vocals.
Damn, you're lucky you got caught. If you were still up there, you'd be toast.
We're doing Falcon.
The morning stream. My bumhole hurts.
And we're back, everybody. It's a really great moment in Brian's history.
You could just smell the Jameson.
Yep.
You could just smell the whiskey from that belch still in the studio here. I got to air this thing out.
You guys missed out. Well, I guess you heard it because we put it out on the main feed. But
On the
Brian,
main feed, that's the episode that goes out on the main feed. Thanks. That's the one.
Yeah, he did this amazing burp.
We're doing Falcon.
So good. It's so good. I've had so many accidental burps on the show. Nothing compared to that. Nothing. Not even close.
That came from so far down. I mean, that was like Al Capone's vault is where that one got dredged up from.
Yep. And it was going to stop for nobody, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
That's
it was
right.
not going to hold
That's
back.
right. Nothing's going to stand in the way of that one.
All right. Well, it's Bill Doran time, and we got a cool question for him today that I think may apply to all sorts of makers out there, not just people doing stuff like he does, but like if you're a digital artist or a traditional artist or somebody who likes to go to conventions and have a booth or whatever, all kinds of cool stuff like that answered in today's question. But before we do that, we play this.
Your bat cave's open there, Bill.
And then we welcome Bill Doran to the show, all the way from punishprops.com up somewhere in the Seattle area. Welcome, Bill. How are you?
Good morning. Doing good.
Good morning. That's fantastic to hear.
Yeah.
I was thinking of you yesterday. Why? Oh, I already moved it. I was impressing this plumber dude came to get some estimate stuff before he could do the work today. And I showed him the Mass Effect gun you made.
Ooh.
This dude lost it because he's a huge Mass Effect fan.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So I'm keeping it very safe now, and this room is locked because I don't want the plumber coming in here. So nice job on that. And we were talking about the new remaster coming out, and he was just getting all giddy about it, and he couldn't believe I had this replica. And I'm like, well, you should see this other stuff this guy makes. He's like, freaking
That's
genius.
my old work, right?
Yeah. So this is like phase 1 or 2 of Bill.
Mm-hmm.
Now we're in like phase 50, and I told him to go check your site out. He says he would, so you might have a new viewer as of today.
Oh, fabulous.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes. But today we answer a user question, a listener question, not a user. You're not users, you're listeners.
Users.
Yeah, you user. This is from somebody named Sandorini, which is a great name.
I don't practice Sandorini.
No. Why did I know that was coming?
Do you have a crystal ball?
I ain't practice Sandorini. I ain't got a crystal ball.
Yeah. Something.
Let's get to this.
I don't know the rest of it. He says,
I'll
hey.
do the whole damn song.
He asked this question. And again, I think this is really, a cool question for almost anybody making anything. Okay. Even podcasters, I think this is a good question for, but we're going to hit it. Here it goes. Hi, Bill. Should makers or creators ever be worried about making props or replicas that and having the companies that own those IPs come after them legally? How has that been for you? Very curious. Thanks, Sandorini. So it's a really good question. When you make a Skyrim sword, or you make that replica pistol from Mass Effect, it's like, where are we now with that stuff? There was a day, and it was a while ago, but in the early 2000s, if you started putting up fan art online, you'd get cease and desists. People would kind of freak out because they didn't know quite what this new world was. And I've sort of, for myself anyway, was famously got served by Marvel once for drawing fat heroes. And I made it was DC. I made a fat Batman and a fat Wonder Woman. and they said, please, cease and desist, our lawyers, this and that, and it was a scary moment, and I had to pull them down. These days, they don't care. Like, you can make fan art all day. People sell fan art. People sell replicas. People have Etsy stores that are dedicated to Baby Yodas or whatever. I suppose there's probably some limit if somebody on Etsy started selling 1 billion Baby Yoda plushies.
Mm-hmm.
My guess is Disney would swoop in and say, we probably could do that business, so you stop doing that.
We'll have to stop that.
Right?
That they do. They send Goofy.
They send
Right.
Goofy, yeah.
So for you and these replicas, and like I mentioned those other examples, how big of an issue has that been, or is it an issue at all?
Right. So a couple things right off the bat. Yes, this is a big thing in the prop making and collecting and buying community. It applies to anyone who makes creative artwork that leverages someone else's IP in any way. But also, what I want to talk about is not considered legal advice.
I am not a lawyer.
If you're dabbling with this sort of thing as part of your business, then that's your choice. And if you have serious questions about it, you should talk to a legal professional.
Right.
However, I did do a video about this. So if you really want to go in depth, go to YouTube and look up Punished Props Copyright for more of an in-depth look. But until then, here's some advice. First, again, not legal advice. Second, if you're making a one-off of something, so let's say, Scott, let's say I commissioned you to draw a really cool painting of Batman, with a Christian Bale Batman that you were impersonating.
Sure.
First, there's not a whole lot that DC can do to stop that, right?
Mm-hmm.
I send you handful of dollars it would cost. You send me the art. There's no middleman. No one can stop us, right?
Right.
And they don't need to try and stop that. They're not too worried about that.
No, this is behind the scenes transaction between you and I. I mean, it sounds, not to sound clandestine, but it's basically an under the table deal where, we're not doing this publicly. We're just making a thing for each other or whatever.
Yeah. So if that's what you're up to, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
If you made a mold of something, or if you're selling, let's say, a series of 500 prints of your Batman, then you could get into trouble. If you don't have a license, I got to point out, it is possible to get licenses for these things. But if you don't have licenses, you should be more concerned. And I'm avoiding saying you're doing the right or wrong thing, or legal or illegal thing. It's really more of a range of risk. Now, the worst that can happen, let's say I made my Mass Effect guns and I started selling them, and I did. I used to sell castings of my Mass Effect guns. Worst thing can happen, usually, company sends you a cease and desist letter. They're like, "Yo, cut it out," and that should be where it ends.
Yeah,
I recommend if that
you then
happens,
cease and desist at that point, usually.
Yeah, it's just a letter saying, "We noticed that you're doing this. We're not a fan, and since we own the IP, we're telling you to cut it out." If that happens to you, just comply. That's it. Simply comply. No big deal. Take your listings down. Continuing to sell those items and getting caught again, that's when your legal trouble starts, right? When they know you shouldn't be doing it and you still do it anyway, that's when they're like, all right, well, we're going to see about getting a cut of all the sales that you've made so far. That's when suddenly you owe them money. And they don't know if you have the money. They don't know how much money you've made. They just know that they have an amount of money that they'd like to get from you, and you don't want to be in that position.
Yeah, as
so
Fat
you get
Tony,
a C&D, cut it out.
As Fat Tony once told Homer, "We just want the monies, Homer." So
just want the money.
Yeah.
My wife keeps asking me, "Where's the monies?
Where
now,
are the monies?"
I've never been C&D'd, but I have friends who have.
Yeah.
And the risk there is that you spent a long time making that artwork, right? And now you can't sell it.
Yeah.
So the time put into it is a total wash. I have a friend who spent a good month making a Star-Lord helmet, and it looked gorgeous. And he put it up on Etsy, and 3 days later, he got a letter from Disney saying, "Nope, can't sell it." So that month of work was a wash, right? Now, of course, I got a copy of the helmet.
Yeah,
you
got to make your own. Yeah, I get you. Sure.
You know what I mean? Like, the risk there is a huge waste of time. And if this is what you're doing for a living, you can't afford to just blow a whole month like that. So that's what you need to keep in mind if you're gauging how risky you want to be.
Well, plus you're doing a thing specifically you are doing a thing that's a little bit different than that now. You make content about you making content. In other words, you can make a sword from a famous video game or a famous movie or whatever, and regardless of who owns the IP or whatever, there is nothing wrong with you making your own replica of it. What you're doing is leveraging content around the making of it.
Right.
That then is can be a part of your business. So that's different. That's one of the key differences, right? Like it's not like you're selling these swords. You're selling content around making the sword.
How to make a prop of something or a replica of something that they like, which seems like it'd be a lot safer to do.
It's safer. Exactly. It's safer. It's not a guaranteed thing. But no one's asked me to stop. In fact, many companies have paid me to make something from their game. So that seems to work out for me. In fact, that's one of the reasons why I don't sell replicas anymore. I could pursue a license, and there are a couple of companies I'm close enough with that I could do that. But I don't want to. I like selling books. Big fan of selling books instead of props. I completely own the copyright on my books. They're my books. I wrote them.
Right.
And I don't have to deal with or worry about any of that.
Right.
That's not to say that selling props is a bad idea or you can't make a business that way. I've just decided to take a different route.
Sure. Yeah, and that's my entire point, that you can go that route if you want to. Like today, I would never get a cease and desist from DC saying, don't draw these fat heroes. They wouldn't do it today. Why? Because back then I wasn't even selling them. That wasn't even the point. The point was just, hey, I drew some stuff. Check this out. I put it up on the web, and then they freaked out. That's back when no one understood the internet, least of which big corporations with guys in suits. They didn't understand. So to them, it was like, oh my gosh, people are putting drawings of our stuff. That's only supposed to be in our comic books. I don't understand.
That's right, exactly.
I wasn't making a dime from it.
We're supposed to be able to do heroes. Yeah.
Right. Now you might say, well, you gain notoriety from it, or you gain new followers from it, or whatever. You can get really into the nitty gritty about what you gain or don't gain by creating art around that type of stuff. But these days, it's flipped. They all, for the most part, not all of them, Nintendo's still notoriously bad, but most companies in gaming, in pop culture of any sort, the comic book companies, they know that when this stuff happens around the community, it does nothing but bolster their brands. It helps them to have this kind of excitement and this level of creativity around the stuff that is their brand, because people still know that, yeah, I can laugh at Scott's Fat Heroes, but I'm going to read the comics over here on DC's app and buy it. Like, they're going to spend money there. This is just all stuff that helps bolster it around it. So it's really good that those changes have happened, but it's still nebulous, you know?
It is nebulous. Weird. Like, nothing's on paper, right?
Right.
And it's less about deciding whether the thing you want to do is legal or illegal or whatever. It's more about gauging, like I said, how risky doing it might be.
Right.
And I want to be super clear. If you're making art of any kind and you are not charging money for it, if you were giving it out for free, then you're good. You're fine. It's when you want money for it that you get into trouble.
Right.
Here are a couple of things that make it more risky. Like if I'm selling props and I'm selling a lot of them. If I'm selling like a dozen, probably no one's going to care. But if it seems clear that I'm trying to sell hundreds of copies, that's going to be a huge red flag. Also, marketing your unlicensed products aggressively. Like, I've seen Facebook promoted ads for what I know are unlicensed products. And I'm sure this happens all the time with all kinds of products. But that's a great way to get your unlicensed products to show up in the front of a lawyer for DC or Marvel or whatever, right? I got an ad on Facebook here for these Star-Lord helmets. Are we selling these?
Are we saying is this us?
Yeah. But also, the thing I've seen the most is being a jerk about it. If you get caught, I've seen people get caught selling stuff online that they don't have a license for, and then they make a huge ranty post on the internet complaining about it. I'm like, no, these are companies that you could potentially work for. You could potentially work out a licensing deal. And I've had friends who have done that. They've worked out licensing deals with companies that have video games to sell their products completely above board. If you want to pursue that, just be aware that the company may say no, and they may not give you a reason, and they don't have to. Also, they may say our license is incredibly expensive. Like, if you want a Marvel license, I think it's like $100,000 a year upfront.
Oh yeah,
Wow.
it's bad.
So just be aware of that there is a legal way to get a license. It may not work for you. And then, like we mentioned before, I don't make props anymore. I make videos. And so far, no one has asked me to stop making my videos using items from their IP. So that's kind of, there are a lot of reasons why I do that, but that's kind of where I ended up in this whole thing. How I make it work for me and my company, and I can go to sleep not feeling like I'm making too big of a risk.
Yeah, and not only that, you know, again, even though it's nebulous, it's like, to me, this is akin to like, you do all the stuff you can to comply the best you can, but then fair use kicks in at some point. And it reminds me how Brian has to be careful around music. So what does he do? He pays these fees every year to have the legal right to play his covers and to play music on this show and all his other shows. Like, that's a thing that Brian makes sure he's covered on. Even then, YouTube doesn't care. They go,
right,
we don't have a way to check that.
Because it's a lot easier for them not to care and just have a blanket. Sounds like there's music in this one, matches with this. Okay.
Yeah.
They must not be able to do it.
Exactly. Or Twitch for that matter. They don't have a way. So that's why we don't play them live on the show anymore. But people who get the podcast get all the music. Why? Well, that's a medium where there's no single platform controlling it and therefore being chicken about DMCA. And if anyone ever says anything, if a band says, no, wait a minute, we can say, oh, well, no, he pays his ASCAP. He does his thing. So we have this like little paper trail. Imagine that weird complication, but then just spread it over the entire internet. That's where we're at. Like Twitch exists, for example, as a service that primarily streams video games. It's only because none of those companies, or 99% of those companies, are enforcing anything. If they wanted to, they could, but they also know that the PR from enforcing that would ruin them. They know that streamers bring them massive amounts of business and massive amounts of notoriety and word of mouth that they can't get in any other avenue, and have it. And as cheap as it is, that advertising is incredibly inexpensive for them. It's virtually costs them nothing. So they give games to people to say, please stream this. I get codes all the time saying, please stream our game. Like that's the state of it. But technically the paperwork on it, all of this they could all of a sudden just all decide, nope, we're shutting it down. Can't stream our shit anymore. We're all agreeing to do it. And then the entire business model of Twitch falls out from underneath it. Like that's just the way it is. So you're talking about a form of that. It's just a version of that. And it's good where things are at. Like, I actually think we're in a really positive place right now. There's a few things wrong.
It's a stalemate. It's a mutually assured destructive stalemate.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah,
it is. Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, that's a great question, though. I love this sort of part of this.
Funny
stuff.
the thing we actually get copyright issues with is getting copyright claims for music we use in our YouTube videos for music that we've paid for. Like, we use Artlist. I'm not promoting them. I don't have they're fine. I don't have a they're not a sponsor or anything. But we use and pay for Artlist, and even so, even though we have the license to use that music, every once in a while we get not a strike, but a claim on our YouTube channel. It's like, that's a copyrighted song, and we're like, we paid for it. Thank you very much.
Nicole and Mark had the same.
Oh, it happens all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, they had freaking Metallica performed their own song live on Twitch and got replaced with like chiptune music. It was the stupidest thing I've ever seen in my life.
So the people trying hard to do it the right way sometimes end up getting hosed by it. But
that's a weird.
We're in a pretty good stalemate right now.
Yeah, pretty good. Yeah, you're right. It's a good way of looking at it. Everyone's got nukes, and they're different kind of nukes, different effects. But nobody wants to pull the trigger or push that button, and it's probably good. Except the music industry, they want to push it every day. They they're firing nukes every other 5 minutes. Just beep 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 beep. Do you want to play a game? They keep hearing in their heads. Anyway, Bill, this has been great. I love this stuff. And if you want to see more of what, of course, Bill's doing, it's over on his website. In the meantime, you probably have a little bonus link this weekend or this week, right?
I do. Brittany and I have been playing a lot of Valheim. A lot of Valheim.
Everybody else.
Oh my god! And I found this YouTube channel. He goes by VetLive, VETLIVE. This person's been making buildings in Valheim and filming it as like really cool time-lapse videos and architecting these really grand buildings in Valheim. So if you look up the Valheim Swamp Treehouse on YouTube. You'll find it. So we had to build like a scaffolding to get up to the top of the tree where he wanted to build his house, and then he built this giant elaborate treehouse in Valheim.
Yeah,
it's so
Look at that
cool.
Yeah,
My house in Valheim is so pathetic.
Somebody recreated all of Stormwind I saw recently.
Really?
Oh my god, I need to look that up.
Yeah, and it's not as easy as it sounds. This isn't Minecraft
No.
where stuff can float. Like you gotta like attach to that tree.
Oh my god, this is amazing. I'm looking up the Stormwind Harbor.
Yeah. There's a
It's
bunch
so
of
much work.
Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff like that. You can find the Eiffel Tower somewhere.
I'm watching. So he's building this thing, and I'm watching like him build the structure up on the tree, and he didn't have enough supports on part of it, and part of it just fell down on the ground.
Yeah, the game is is limited by some of its physics, and it's very funny that way. The one thing I do wish this game did, because I find all the survival part kind of tedious, but I'm just not a survival game guy. This probably does it better than anyone right now, so it's not a complaint. I just don't like that stuff generally. But I wish it had a creative mode, and they may still. It's in early access, so at some point maybe they'll just go full creative mode in here. But I love doing that. Just give me unlimited resources and let me just build crazy shit. I would love to do that. And then you'll start to see crazy stuff. Like, you think Minecraft had some insane builds? Like all of Azeroth? Just imagine that happening here. He's dropping wood like left and right. That poor guy.
Yeah. I tried. First thing I did, I tried to build a lighthouse out of wood, and once it was like 3 or 4 stories tall, it just if I tried to build it any higher, it would fall down. I was like, oh, that's probably what you have to worry about with real houses, huh?
Yeah. It's
Where's wood just fell off the side of that thing. Yep, but more wood.
Yeah,
fell.
you're at the part
I know
was at.
exactly
He
where
just-
Scott and I are.
You can't get that wheel done. He's just having the hardest
No,
time. but-
right. Like doors keep falling off the side. Yeah, why is there no structure connecting it to the ground first and then going from there? But this is amazing.
Yeah, it's Dice Tomatoes like, well, how can this isn't a creative type game? Well, I completely disagree. Any of these games, you just make unlimited resources and people go to town. That's what a creative mode is. Every building / survival game I know of has that mode, and it's just a nice thing for players who aren't into the whole grind of, whatever. I not again. This is not going to be for everybody, but for me, I just want to build shit. So let me build a town.
I've been getting the itch to play. We did Minecraft last year a whole bunch, survival mode and everything. But I've been getting the itch to try that out. Creative mode, I've never done that.
It's fun. Yeah.
Just go in there with unlimited everything and build whatever you want.
Our old pal Daryl did that with was it the Enterprise?
Was it
D?
Enterprise? Yeah.
That was pretty. That was pretty cool. And the new the new version of Minecraft that supports RTX video card ray tracing and stuff. Unbelievably cool. It's one of the coolest things. Yeah. So I may have to mess around with that too, because I don't know. The thing I like about Valheim's building, other than the working up, resource management of it, which is again not my favorite thing, but the thing I like about it is everything looks very organic, like real structures. That looks like grass on the roof and thatched together, and that looks like wood planks that he's putting down. And I don't know. There's something about that intrigues me more than just the voxel sort of cubes that are Minecraft. But anyway, go check it out. Cool channel. Valheim Swamp Treehouse is what you want to search for. I just showed the chat a lot of it, and it's basically a speed run of building this thing. And he's an insane person.
He's got a lot more too.
Yeah. What I want to know is how's he feel? Oh, he's probably got a friend watching and filming this.
I bet. And I wonder if there's a mod too to film stuff.
Oh, there might be. Yeah.
I think there's mod support now. I'm not sure.
That game is a ridiculous success. It's insane what they've done. Anyway, Bill Doran, everybody. He is punishprops.com's own Bill Doran. You can find him on Twitter at Chinbeard. That's because he has a beard on his chin.
Yeah,
I do.
That's what
right
I've heard.
there.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Keep that thing nice and groomed, and we'll see you next time, Bill. Bye now.
All right.
Toot.
Toot. Oh, he said toot?
Toodle.
Just watching this little guy.
Toodles.
I can tell this took this dude a long time. See, this is what I don't have time for, because what you're seeing is the build time. What we're not seeing is all the time he had to spend getting the resources.
Time.
It's a beast.
Yeah, and we're seeing a high-speed version of the build time, too. Like, we're seeing a time-lapse.
Yeah. So if it were me, and I were them, and now they have all the money in the world, creative mode. Boom, done. You got my money. I already bought your game, but add it and I'll update it. Okay. What are we doing now? We got. I want to do some quick spoiler talk. Now, if you didn't see it, there's not much to spoil here, honestly. First episode was a lot of character reintroduction and sort of, where are they now and stuff like that. But we saw Winter Soldier. Do I have a theme for this? Let's see. Here, we'll do this.
Oh, for whatever reason, I didn't hear that we didn't have Steven today.
Yeah, he's not here today. He's.
Gotcha. Okay, well then ignore my other thing that I put in there.
Yeah, I can't remember what he had. He had a kid appointment or something, so he was sad.
Save that for the next time Steven's on.
Fantastic. What? All right, so that's a guy asking, what spoilers are we going to talk about? So there aren't a ton, but I guess I'll say top of the conversation here. I really, really liked Falcon and the Winter Soldier episode 1 because I feel like it established what this is going to be, and what this is going to be is a lot like this Winter Soldier movie in terms of tone and intrigue and military and
very different feel right off the bat, very different feel than WandaVision, right? WandaVision slightly tongue-in-cheek, little comedy with a little bit of weird mystery and which became more and more the theme as it got to the end. This one just feels like it's going to be a Jack Reacher, not Jack Reacher. What kind of Jack Reacher? But who am I thinking of? The Tom Clancy.
Jack Ryan.
Jack Ryan, thank you. A Jack Ryan kind of thing with superheroes.
Yeah, I agree.
Is the vibe I'm getting.
Even that, like the closing credits are very reminiscent of the Winter Soldier film, which was like a 70s spy thriller dressed up like a superhero movie. Still my favorite MCU movie, and this is that tone, and I'm all into it. It's a little like the comics. Like WandaVision was like the cosmic universe and magic, and had that tone, and this is on the ground. Dirty knees and ugly trees. Like, let's go. let's fight, right? So
that's right. Yeah,
it's really great. I can't say enough about how excited I am for the Sebastian Stan side of things, because I just think he plays the Winter Soldier role so well, and so
he really does.
I don't know what to call it. He isn't just emo. He's
tormented.
He's tormented, and in a way that feels legitimate and real. My favorite GIF going around is this a shot from Endgame where, so in this first episode, you spend a lot of time with Winter Soldier in therapy with ordered, required government therapy, because he's dealt with a lot. He was a tool of Hydra for so long and blah, 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 right? Done some terrible stuff. And he's just having a hard time dealing with it. So he's in therapy. And I saw this GIF of him in Endgame spinning around, metal arm out here with a gun, joo, 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 joo. Other arm holding Rocket Raccoon, and Rocket Raccoon going, joo, 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 joo. And it says below, do you think Winter Soldier talked, do you think Bucky talked to his therapist about this moment or whatever? Like just a really funny juxtaposition of carrying a rocket or rocket.
Was holding a raccoon that was firing a gun, and
like that's your really dark moments. You got to tell your therapist. But anyway, sorry, Claire, I'm choking on my own words here. But anyway, it is really good. It's great.
Yeah, it's good setup. We still don't have anything with Agent 13 or Baron Zemo yet. I really want to see how they pull off. I've seen photos, but I want to see how they pull off the purple ski mask that Baron Zemo wears.
Yeah, like that's pretty cool. Did you see that I was in the vanishing list? Here, I'll send you a text.
Were you really?
It's obviously not me, but my name's on that.
Right, but there was a Scott Johnson in the list?
Yeah, I just sent you a text. You can see it. It's right, Don Cheeto's head right there.
Oh, look at that. Oh, that's hilarious.
But anyway, the point is, the ending has thrown a few people, and my wife, we're sitting there, and Kim goes, okay, so basically the way, and again, there's a little bit of a spoiler, not really though, because we don't know anything about what's going on yet, but at the end, the government has installed somebody new in the suit, giving him the shield. A new Captain America shows up on the steps of the Capitol, or wherever the heck they are. And he shows up, and my wife goes, wait a minute. And I go, what? She goes, is that just them youngifying what's his name again? And I said, what do you mean? She goes, that looks like, she couldn't remember his name. She goes,
Chris Evans.
Not even that. She goes, that looks like Guardians of the Galaxy, Kurt Russell.
Oh,
but youngified.
Kind of, yeah, right?
And I said, oh, yeah, it kind of does. And then the credits roll, and we find out that that's Wyatt Russell, his son.
It's Wyatt Russell, yeah.
Think of that.
I did not even make the connection that it's Wyatt, or that Kurt Russell's son Wyatt. Oh, that's hilarious.
So he looks a little goofy in that helmet.
Yeah, he totally does.
Yeah.
And I think that's that's part of the thing is to it's like what they did with Iron Patriot. When the government wanted their own Iron Man kind of thing. So it's like, all right, we're getting our own Captain America. This guy fits the suit. Let's have him do it.
Yep. And if I was Falcon, I'd be Falcon at one. On one side is like, I don't want the shield. It's not for me. It was never for me. And I know that Steve wanted me to take it and take up the role, but I just can't do it. So we're going to put it under glass. But then the government, being the government dicks that they are, like, nah, we're taking it out and giving it to another guy. And how that all is going to play out, who knows? And who knows who Wyatt Russell's supposed to be.
By the way, you still need to see, God, what was the name of the show he did, Wyatt Russell, on Lodge 49 on AMC. Great show. Just a really sweet show about a guy who finds a like a Elks Lodge kind of place and becomes a member, and so many great actors on there that you know and love. Cheech is on there, and who is it? Let's see.
Cheech Marin?
Up the list here. Yeah, Cheech Marin. Brian Doyle Murray.
I don't know why I had to clarify who the Cheech was you were referring to.
Right.
There's only one Cheech. Cheech Marin?
Cheech Marin. Brent Jennings, who you know by face more than you probably know by name. Such a sweet show. Oh, Adam Godley is the guy that we always talk about, whose ears come straight out British actor.
Yeah.
Anyway, that show's so good. But I don't know this history behind. I never read any of the U.S. Agent comics, so this is something where I'm going to kind of get a little bit of an education, at least the MCU version of the education of where U.S. Agents history.
Yeah, I don't know
from.
any of that history either. John Walker / U.S. Agent is the character they have listed in IMDb. I saw him most recently in that Overlord movie. It was the Nazis made zombies.
Castle Wolfenstein made into a movie, basically.
Basically, yeah. He was very good in it, but he is so quickly recognizable as the offspring of Kurt Russell that my wife full on called it through the mask and everything.
Her. Yeah,
she's
I
like,
did
I
not
swear
pick
that's
up
him.
on that. I completely forgot about that.
Anyway, it's like we say, not much else to say about it, except I will say I think the backstory of Falcon's sister and what's going on in Louisiana and him trying to balance this, Avengers role, but him being gone for 5 years and the vanishing and all this stuff is really great. Like, they're really pulling me into that and making me interested in that conflict, in that backstory, in that family dynamic. Didn't expect that. And those two haven't even met yet. Like the Winter Soldier and Falcon haven't even talked.
No, that's true. Yeah.
They're still dealing with their own shit, but they'll eventually. They made some reference about how one of them wouldn't return the other one's texts or something, and then.
Did you watch any of the Marvel Legends stuff beforehand? The 4 little short vignettes that reintroduce you to the characters.
No, I should probably.
Those
right?
Are great, yeah. And Tina loved it. Like, basically, this was what Tina said at the end of it. Oh yeah, I totally needed this, because basically it's like 5 or 6 minute vignettes for each of the 4 main characters, Zemo, Agent 13, and then Falcon and Winter Soldier, that compile a lot of their previous MCU appearances, basically the key appearances for those characters. Sam running around Washington and getting lapped on your left by Steve Rogers as they're jogging, and the two of their friendships developing, and
that's on Disney Plus as well. I can just watch those.
It's on Disney Plus.
Okay.
Marvel Legends, and hey, if nothing else, have Kim watch you and Kim watch the Baron Zemo and Agent 13 ones to give you guys refresh your memories on the backgrounds between those.
Yeah, I will definitely watch. But Kim loved this, so more of that
Tina.
is great, because we really got into it, and finally. Like WandaVision was all staggered with Carter's ability to watch it because she had late night classes when we watched it, and not this time. She got to sit and watch it with us, so now she's in. So we're just really, really looking forward to this series playing out. And it's so funny that I let WandaVision stack up, but this one I'm not willing to. Like, I'm going to watch it the minute it comes out.
Yeah,
kind of thing.
I think there's going to be less surprisey kind of stuff in this.
Yeah.
I mean, we're still going to get who did we get? We had Batroc. No, was it Batroc? Yeah, the Batroc the Leaper with the
oh right.
From Black Panther.
Right. You had to explain that to me once because I didn't know who that was or what that was.
Yeah. Yeah. There's
Georges
St. Pierre.
Right.
The dude with the crazy kicks.
Yeah. Yeah, he was cool.
There's a character I wasn't expecting to see in this thing, but
yeah,
looks like he's gonna be the thing that leads them. A Winter Soldier. He was in the Winter Soldier movie. That's right. Claw. Ulysses Claw was the one from Black Panther.
I didn't know we were gonna see Don Cheeto in the premiere.
No, right. I know. That was a surprise too. It was
that
great.
was cool. That just made me feel right at home. I was like, oh, we're in the MCU here. Like, and that's the other thing. Spared no expense on the effects of that fight in the canyon. That looked amazing. All of it.
Yeah. Oh, it absolutely did.
Like out of the movies.
I said, there's point to a movie that doesn't look as good as this. Like that looks better than this because this looks just as good as any of the
by far. Like it was such
MCU
that
films.
stuff was awesome, and but again, all the personal down to earth stuff was great. It's shaping up, man. I'm very excited, and in the credits you get to see Agent 13, and then it reminds you, oh yeah, that's all coming. Okay, cool. So anyway, we'll see. I like her a lot.
I do too.
Emily Van Camp is her name. Yeah.
Yep.
She's a cutie. All right. There's our spoilery. Not really very many spoilers, but there's our discussion about Winter Soldier.
There's not much to spoil in that first episode.
No, there's not a big hang. You know, it's a little like the first WandaVision. There's not a lot to spoil there either, other than the premise, which is, they're in a sitcom for some reason, and that's about all you get.
Right.
But yeah, I hope there's more Rhodey. I hope there's some other crossover. I wondered, remember a few months ago, rumors were flying that Chris Evans was going to appear in either
WandaVision, yes,
this or WandaVision. Maybe what they meant was
fanboy
this.
hopes that was going to happen.
Well, maybe they meant this with the big picture of his face. Maybe that's what they meant.
Yeah,
because he seemed confused. He was like, "Not that I'm aware
of." Right? Yeah, it was Chris Evans actually talking about it, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Right.
So maybe it was his big face in that memorial that they referred to, because they do have a giant Chris Evans face in this first episode. If you miss Chris Evans, let me just say, his whole face is in it. So watch out. All right. Brian, I'm going to play a Monday morning mashup. TMS mashups, Jamie got a little busy and could not do a regular one, so we're using one of his bonus ones. Works just the same for me. It's called Balls Naked. Okay? And
Balls Naked.
Balls Naked, which is something I don't remember either of us saying. But now we'll find out how that came up when I hit play.
50-year-old podcasters.
Holy shit, no one does that.
Look at what Jason Bieber did today.
Jason Bieber. I love that Jason Bieber.
When he was young, he was such a troublemaker. Who would have ever thought he'd grow up to be Prime Minister of Canada?
Right.
Man, that was about the time I was getting sick of podcasting, and it came back.
I was so good looking when I was younger.
You know, Ed Bancroft?
Yeah.
I hit that.
Oh, did you know? Paul Newman was a butthole. Damn it, you piece of bird shit bastard. Right.
Look at him. He's just looking at me in the front window.
Government's not going to help me.
I can see him. I'm going to lose all my money unless I turn it into gold. I'm never going to get this catheter tube inserted without some lubricant.
What do I do?
No.
Okay, now what? We've seen every film ever made.
My biggest complaint about this film was that it was too loud. I didn't understand any of it.
I had to pee 8 times during this. Back in my day, I had my own nipples.
Now I'm getting them from a machine.
That makes no sense to me. Where are my pills?
Hey,
it's too loud.
I started watching that Straight Outta Compton.
It was too loud for me. My hearing's bad as it is. An Ice Cube is kind of a dick.
This internet thing's not going to last. They're going to come crawling back, and what's the first letter they're going to look for? A-M-C is what they're going to look for.
I don't know what this Better Call Saul is, but it's making us money. So keep making whatever that is.
Wait a minute, that's Lenny from Laverne and Shirley. What's he doing on here?
And why is he afraid of outside?
Why not just pull down to your bears and knuckle it up, you know?
Do they need to get naked?
Well, just shirts off.
Good old fashioned.
What kind of? I mean, listen. I know that you guys out in the Mountain West have your own frontier spirit, but I didn't know everybody had to get balls naked.
There's only one way we can solve this.
That's because neither of us said it. It was not us.
Right. Yeah.
It was that other
Came
guy.
from the Gerbs.
Yeah, the Gerbs said it. All right, that was fantastic. You know what's funny? You compare the old man voice to the way I used to do it way back. It's not even close. Listen to this. I have one here. Oh, no, I don't have it, do I? Oh, that sucks. All right, never mind. My condom is an old fish line from ELR. Yeah. I can't find it suddenly, but that's your example of me doing an old man voice, and it's just not the same.
The old man voice.
Yeah, the old man voice. But I think we've got a pretty good one going. This is how we're going to sound in not too many years, you guys. So
we're basically podcasting Statler and Waldorf in this thing.
Yeah, there you go. Up on our balcony on high. Speaking of which, if you want to help us stay up there in that balcony, you can contribute to our balcony at patreon.com/TMS. And as always, frogpants.com/TMS. We'll have that link and everything else you may need to know for the show. That's going to do it for us. Brian, we should play a song. Do you have one we can play?
I do. Dylan wrote in, said, "Hey there, spaghetti and bologna." No real reason for this request other than I want to say hi and hear this cool Post Malone cover on the show. Brian, can you please ask Scott? I love when they do this. Like, I'm your assistant.
Yeah.
Brian, can you please ask Scott if there'll be more to his series of playing Little Nightmares 2? I've been absolutely loving it.
The answer is yes. Probably this week too. I just have been not in a place where a scary game is I just haven't been in the mood, but I'm coming back. We're going to finish it. Okay. So yes, I'm coming back. So this week, let's say this week sometime, I don't have a specific time, but I'll play it this week. All right.
There you go. Okay, good. Now, just sit in the waiting room, Dylan, and I'll let you know when you can get in to see Scott. All right. He says, stay safe. Or no, I'm sorry. He says, stay safe and try not to get the chaff.
Oh, the chaff. We haven't played the chaff.
I haven't played the chaff.
All right. Hold on. We're playing the chaff. Oh, geez. I have it here. I know. Okay, here we go.
I have the chaff.
There you go.
That's a great one.
Yeah.
All right. The track that he's talking about is part of the new 25th anniversary of Pokemon. Yes, that's right. Pokemon is celebrating the 25th anniversary, and they're doing a whole bunch of things throughout the card game, throughout the video games, and throughout Pokemon Go. They even tapped Post Malone on the shoulder to cover Hootie and the Blowfish, Only Want to Be With You. For whatever reason, I'm thinking that the original Hootie version, the title was Only Want to Be with the letter B with You, but I might be remembering that incorrectly.
I don't remember that.
But Only Want to Be With You by Hootie and the Blowfish, covered here by Post Malone.
I will say it's been on repeat in this house because my wife loves Post Malone.
It's good. And I still feel like there's some weird auto-tuning stuff going on, but I think it is just the Post Malone.
He likes to do his weird little wiggly thing in the high
weird
range.
Vibrato. Yeah,
it's weird. But we like him, and here it is. We'll be back tomorrow with more show, so come on back now. You hear? This show is part of the Frog Pants Network.
Frog Pants Network.
Get more shows like this at frogpants.com.
You lose when you're caught.
Oh.
That's
how
Pac-Man.
Play Pac-Man.
I love that.
The guy's great. Yeah. He is one of my heroes. All right, let's do the other stuff here.
The other Only Want to Be With You, Captain Kipper. But yes, there was a Dusty Springfield had another I Only Want to Be With You.
Oh, right.
Na, 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 na.